to the AI in 1 hour. My name is Danny Ross, and I'll be your host tonight for this journey as we start learning about communicating with AI, how to use AI in general, and then we'll get into some specific examples of using platforms and real world examples. This is not a theoretical kind of training. This is how you do this to accomplish that. And so we'll get right into it. Please go ahead and share in the chat where you are from today or tonight, and share if you're using any of the paid AI tools. Also, feel free to share the types of things that you're interested in learning about tonight. Just quickly about me, I've been in the computer sales, marketing, digital marketing space for over 30 years. And it's been a lot of fun working for some of the larger Fortune 100 companies. I started this company back in 23, ancient times in AI. And I like to talk about some of the technology that we've been using overall. But tonight, my promise to you is I'm going to specialize in helping you with the basic frameworks and recipes to get going with AI. So that's my starting goal. I want to get you guys a kind of a launch pad where you want to go. So 3 questions everyone new to AI should consider. What is AI, first of all? To give you a little backstory, AI is not completely really new. It's just that it has become democratized, meaning everyone has access to it. When I started with these types of large language models, it was called machine learning. And it's basically just allowed really huge, expensive systems with lots of people managing and databases. Then the next phase became supervised machine learning, which is where humans got involved, guiding the large language models into doing things. And then we're in the age right now with the GPTs, or generative pre-trained transformers. Don't worry, there's no test. And it just means that they've learned how to communicate effectively with us in such a way that it's conversational and we can all enjoy these tools. So that's what I meant by democratize. We don't have to spend millions of dollars to get access to these large language models. And by large language models, it doesn't really matter which AI tool you're using, whether it's OpenAI's ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, Microsoft's Copilot. Again, doesn't really matter. Any of these tools all are foundationally very similar. I see you're using Gamma, one of my favorite tools for presentations. I don't use Notebook. I'm, of course, aware of it, but I do have a subscription through Microsoft. I also use, okay, so I see Claude is in here. So everybody, Copilot's in here. So there's a lot of AI tools that fall under this wonderful new world of GPTs. Tonight, we're also going to spend some time on agentic or agents, where they're kind of the next leap forward in AI technology. And we'll talk and give some concrete examples of what's the difference there. So one of my main goals is making sure you can communicate with AI effectively. And we'll do some real world demonstrations and examples. So again, generative AI, conversations, you give input, output, ChatGPT, Gamma, Perplexity, all examples of those great tools. Then we have specialized AI like Midjourney, Leonardo, Ideogram. So they do text to image. You type in a prompt, it gives you a magical image. And so these are really specialized tools in how they function. They're still GPTs, but it's just how they are focused in on a particular task, type of task. I should say HeyGen for AI video, Suno for AI music, etc. There are literally thousands of these AI tools these days. And so which one is the best? No such thing. It's all subjective. Almost all of them have a free version you can test and play with, and then kind of grow to using the paid versions depending on if you need more tokens. A lot of them run on tokens or credits. Some restrict you by a certain number of usage hours a day, but the free version is definitely enough for you to get familiar with the systems. I encourage you to play with them, but I also don't want you to get totally distracted by that shiny object syndrome and try to get one of everything. Just use the ones that are effective for you and make the most sense. Personalized AI, I'm going to spend quite a bit of time on this platform, BuildBiz.ai. I built it. It's based on Deal.ai, and I'll show you all this stuff in a little bit. But it is a customized version for small to medium-sized businesses. It's a no-code custom AI dev platform. In English, that just means you don't have to know any coding to use it. You just basically bring the app up and use it. And I'll show you some examples of that. And BuildBiz.ai is a lot of fun. We've just launched agents within the platform. In the platform, we probably launch 2 to 3 apps almost every week, if not every other week. What is an AI agent? So GPTs are great. They're input output. You give it something, it gives you back an answer, or it gives you back an image, a song. So it's you put something in and it gives you back something out of it. Agents is basically the evolution of these GPTs where now they can perform tasks for you and multi-step tasks. That's also different about them is you give it that task and they can perform with minimal human intervention. It can reason and plan, it can understand what you're asking it to do and make decisions and improve upon the prompt that you've given it and expand upon the instruction set so that it gets you better results and better actions. It learns, it adapts. So that's the key difference between a GPT, which is again just reactive to your prompts, single focused, statically trained on a particular subset of knowledge base. But here's what's interesting when I say subset of knowledge base, you got to remember pretty much these GPTs at this point have basically ingested everything that's on the public internet. So they're pretty powerful systems. Don't get me wrong. Don't let me belittle that. The difference is AI agents can do tasks for you, and as they continue to mature, though what it's able to do on its own for you, think of it as a kind of an automated virtual assistant, is going to get bigger and better over time. So let's talk a little about real world use cases. I'm going to do a demo for AI agents because that's the fun new thing. I like to start off with fun new toys and tips and tricks and so on and so forth. So we can go out and play a little bit. So if I go here and I go down to one of the new tools that we have, Super Agent, we can see the Super Agent here. It has a knowledge base that you can build and train on. You can connect it to your phone. You can connect it to WhatsApp. It has memories where you can save things, as I just showed you. It has automation where you can set it up to run a task daily, weekly, monthly, that kind of thing. You can have it reach out through API to external systems outside of the platform. So again, if you know what an API is, great. If you don't worry about it. You can use the tool without that kind of knowledge. You can give it a task. So let's say I gave it a task like, I want you to send a birthday email with an image of a birthday cake with a record turntable on it to my friend DJ Paradox. His email address is frunkcity@gmail.com. Then I want you to research popular bars that play jazz in downtown Atlanta and send them an invite to join for 9 p.m. So we're going to do all of these tasks at one time. So I'm going to kick that off. The other thing about agents are they're not that instant response kind of GPT. Their goal is not to just give you a quick answer. If you wanted that, you would use some of the other GPT tools in the platform for that kind of instant response. And I'll show you how that works. These are more planning. They're similar to the deep research model. As a matter of fact, you can incorporate the deep research into the tasks that you're asking it to do. And so it just essentially runs through the stack of the things that you want it to do. For example, in this one, it's a very simple one, but we've got it doing what, 3, 4, 5 things. So it's going to take the time to do it and do it well. So we'll let that one go ahead and get started on it. I gave it that simple task. It reached out to its content manager, and I'll show you the structure in a second. Please generate a vibrant, high quality digital illustration of a birthday cake that creatively incorporates a record turntable. So that's not the prompt I wrote, right? I just gave it a simple English sentence and then it dressed it up and sent it to the content manager. The content manager then sent it to the sub-agent bot called Imogen. And so she got the instruction to do this part here, which is create that image. So let's go back to the deck while it plays. I want to keep going with the training section of this, and I'll come back to the demos. We'll have a lot more demos, don't worry. 1000x AI super self as a concept. And this is a combination of you, your personality, your experience, your knowledge base, all the things that make up you, added to the framework that I'm going to show you in just a minute, the AI tool itself, and that's how you get to your AI super self. The goal is by combining all of that, you become irreplaceable, whether it's for your own business or whether you're working for someone. I tell the story all the time. I used to work for Microsoft, and my nickname was Danny Digital because I love technology that actually helps you. And AI is one of those technologies. And so by incorporating it into your personal workflow, you can accomplish a lot more in a shorter period of time. So don't be afraid of AI. Make it and understand how to use it. It is not difficult at all. It is super easy. So you just have to get familiar with the flow and you can create some amazing things. So here's step one, understanding how to properly communicate with any AI tool. Doesn't matter which one you're using. This will give you a framework for that. We call it the create method. It's similar to the power prompts or the super prompts that you probably have seen out there. So it's just a structure for someone who does want to use an AI tool and they just need to understand how to get the best output from it. So first thing you want to do is set the context, which this is where you are setting up the AI to be a particular expert. You think of it as having 2,000 experts working for you on any task at any time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All right. AI does not ever get tired. It has unlimited memory, unlimited knowledge. And so you can say, hey, I want you to be an author. I want you to be a science fiction author like Jules Verne's. I want you to be a doctor in this particular field. I want you to be a lawyer specializing in this type of law. I want you to be an analyst, a statistician, a journalist. I want you to be a sales manager like Danny. I want you to be a travel agent and give me advice about traveling. You can even get more specific. If you're working on a project and you're creating a new technology, you can invite Steve Jobs to kind of go through your ideas with you. If you're going to invest in the stock market, you can have Warren Buffett give you generalized advice about investing from his point of view. So that's what I mean by inviting that expert. If you do a scientist, you can invite Albert Einstein to give you advice on this formula that you're working on. So you can basically bring any expert into the system. And these are the types of tasks you can do when you're working with AI. The next thing you want to do is be very, very specific about the type of results you're looking for. I would like 5 emails that I can use for my next marketing outreach campaign on a particular topic. I'm doing a preventative maintenance campaign for the next 30 days, and I want 5 emails that I can send out to my existing customers week by week. I want you to help me write the outline for a book that I'm about to create. I want you to help me write the headlines for my Facebook or Meta ad campaign. I'm getting ready to do this speech in front of, matter of fact, I'm doing one tomorrow with Infotech. I'm going to be speaking there. So I want you to help me write the speech. Here's the topic. I want you to help me write a script for a play that I'm doing. I want you to help me write an agreement between such and such an entity in this state and another entity. And I want you to help me come up with a marketing plan for the next 30 days for my business. These are all the types of results that you can be very specific and clear on of what you're trying to do. And then you can actually go even further. I want a summary of it. I want you to compare and contrast this versus that. I want you to critique this book that I've just written. I want you to analyze the data. Here are the main data points. I want you to give it back, and we'll get into, exactly the result type thing. But I say, give it back to me in a chart showing this and that, or an Excel format. And so you can be very, very specific about the types of things you want. Another very important thing is the audience that you're targeting. So this is for business owners. This is for young men and women. This is for seniors in college. This is for children, entrepreneurs. entrepreneurs, business owners, homeowners. So again, be specific about the audience. One of the biggest thing you want to do is make it available. Remember that show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And I'm not. So I want to write my web content so that it can be understood by the most amount of people possible. Make it available. So that's the messaging around audience. Tone. You can make it persuasive. It's sales. It can be serious. I'm writing my thesis for my doctorate. It can be friendly, professional, comedic, or humorous. You can invite Kevin Hart to participate in your joke writing session. Now, generally speaking, I joke that AI is probably about a dad joke level, but you can invite any expert comedian to the conversation and have them, in the tone of Kevin Hart, in the tone of, and that's the idea of what you're trying to do. You want to make the tone emotional. So you want to make it inspirational. You're writing a book. You want to inspire people. And then once it gives you that first part, AI is fantastic at what we call iteration, meaning you can go around and around and around. You can tell it to expand, explain, modify, summarize it, make it bigger, rewrite. I've used that word so many times with AI. Rewrite this to do that, that, and that. Simplify it, reorganize it, update it. Show me the sources, all of those types of things. So it can give you something, you go around again, go around again, go around again until you get it exactly what you want. A lot of times it's art and science, okay? But this framework will give you the ability to get the most accurate functionality. Did you create this framework? No, it's actually a hybrid of things, but it was created. I'm a certified 1000X AI trainer. And so we do AI training all over the country, all over the world, actually. This framework was created over the years to kind of encompass everything that you need. And by the way, you will get a copy of the PDF of this. So don't worry, you don't have to take screenshots. You'll get the PDF so that you can utilize it on your own. Okay? The recording will be there, the PDF. You get actually a couple different PDFs on the page. The replay will be available by tomorrow, so you can go in and grab all this information. All right, so let's create a prompt. I want you to be an Amazon best-selling author. I want you to help me write an outline for a book summarizing the ways that I can use AI to make money and the BuildBiz platform, targeting business owners. I want you to make it inspirational. Here's an example prompt. You are a New York Times best-selling author. That's the context. Write a chapter by chapter outline for a book. Again, that's the result we're looking for. Summarizing, so we're giving an explanation. The 5 steps business owners can take to learn AI using BuildBiz.ai so they can increase sales and grow revenue in record time. Write this in an inspirational tone, okay? So that's the prompt, and we'll start there. Demos are great. By the way, if you are interested in the prompts, I'll make sure I drop them into the chat as well. Let's take a look at a previous version of this. So that's the same thread I ran on a different day, task, I should say. I asked it to generate that image. And so it reached out to Imogen, the visualizer, on a day when it was all working properly. That's why, by the way, if you notice the super agent, I have the word beta next to it. Sometimes things don't quite go the way you want. So it created this image for me. And so here's the image. I wanted it to create a black angel on a birthday cake. So this is the actual task and prompt that it was doing. So then it walked through, it created the image, and then it reached out to the communication manager, and then it went and created the email and sent it to me. So let's go do the prompting into ChatGPT. We'll start here because, again, this is the OG, if you will, of AI tools. I'm going to create a task. By the way, you can put these prompts in manually, but I'm going to cheat and just copy paste them in. This is the prompt we just took a look at, and I want you to help me use it to how to increase sales using that. So I'm going to let that run. I'm also going to run it in Claude, same prompt. The purpose of this exercise is really just to show you, as long as you have a good prompt, you can run these tools in any of these AI. This particular tool is called AI Sales Coach. It's in BuildBiz.ai platform, which is built on multiple LLMs or large language models. And so you can see it's on its way. This one is similar to ChatGPT. And yes, we do use the OpenAI large language model in it as well. So you'll see all these tools. We use more than one large language model in the platform. It basically will bring up whichever one is the best for the task. So here you go. AI Leap, 5 steps to unlock sales and scale with BuildBiz.ai. And then it goes on to give you your chapter outline, which is what you asked it to do, and even give you some bonus suggestions. By the way, in the platform, I wrote 11, with the help of AI, I wrote 11 books, and they're all in the platform. They're free. You can download them. The books here, right here, they go from everything from business formation to mastering AI. So all of these things are in here. AI Powered Dreams is the starting book, and then the rest are all workbooks that are real world practical checklists that you can work from. I've gotten a lot of compliments on the workbooks. People love them when they're getting their business ideas out of their heads and onto a framework that they can use. So here is the same from Claude, which people say they actually like the writing better in Claude. AI Advantage, 5 steps to transform your business with BuildBiz.ai, the AI revolution in business, so on and so forth. So again, he's got 10 chapters in this one. This is me using AI to help me build out my book outline, introducing, embracing the AI revolution, right? So you'll see some similarities, but they're all slightly different. Which one is best? Totally up to you. The Chat GPT is a little more clinical to me. Claude is a little bit more artistic. And then, of course, this tool is trained on sales and marketing. So it's all about that, right? So each one can be trained on a particular subset or knowledge base. So that gives you an idea. Same prompt, 3 different places. So now let's go ahead and create that first chapter. All right. We're going to run that prompt. Again, you can speak to the AI by clicking here, or if you have a tool I use in Chrome, this tool here called Voice In, where you can dictate to it. You can drop a prompt into almost any tool very quickly without spending a whole bunch of time typing. So it's very easy. And I'm going to drop the same prompt into all 3 and get them all running along happily. And so here's chapter 1. From idea to implementation. Every big success story you've ever admired started the same way, with a dream. I agree with that. Hence my title of my book, AI Powered Dreams. And so this is a pretty good first chapter, right? It's right to the point. It's laying it all out for you. So super simple. And then it'll ask you, do you want to write chapter 2 next? Or do you want to make changes to the first chapter? So one other thing, AI is super fantastic, super fast, super powerful, and possibly can do something we call hallucinate, which means that if you ask it to do something, if it doesn't necessarily know the answer, it might make one up. So, as the human in the equation of the AI superself, it's your job to review anything that you create with AI before you share it as your own or in public. You also want to verify the facts and what it's saying. So if you're writing a book, you probably should be knowledgeable on the topic enough to guide the AI and make sure it's staying on topic. So that's one of the big things. Always check what you're using before you put it out there. And so this is but generally speaking, AI is very accurate, as I said, but it can hallucinate, and you're the human, you're the adult in the relationship. This version of AI is only a couple of years old, so you got to watch it. A good older brother or parent. And so these are the first chapter of the book for Claude. And then here is the first chapter of the book from BuildBiz.ai. Chapter 1, From Vision to Reality, AI-enabled entrepreneurial journey. So in other words, it's writing that first chapter, unleashing the potential, and so on and so forth, right? So you go in and add your own flavor to it. You want to add your spin on the types of things that it's producing. Okay. So every good book needs a book cover. So you are a Madison Avenue advertising expert specializing in creating book covers for nonfiction. So again, very specific about who the AI is going to be. Amazon bestsellers, create a text prompt for a book cover for the book we just created, make it persuasive and inspirational. Okay. So the idea is, by the way, in ChatGPT, you can now with pretty good accuracy, have it create the same image. So I can tell it, hey, create the image, right? Super long prompt. So not only did it create the prompt for you, and this is a technique that all pro AI users use, instead of trying to figure out how to create a complicated prompt, you ask the AI to make the prompt for you. Same thing if you're coding. Instead of trying to figure out a coding sequence, just say, hey, AI, here's what I want to do. Write the coding, help me write the coding. I'm using Python, I'm using C++, whatever it is that you're coding in, you can actually have the AI help you with those complicated tasks. So don't ever forget that. You don't have to know everything about it. So let's drop this into, I mentioned Leonardo, Midjourney, Ideogram. Ideogram is pretty good with creating images with text on it. So we'll tell it to go ahead and run in there, and then we'll also drop it into one of my favorite tools in the platform. And I'll go back over the platform in a second, but I'm going to jump right to one of my favorite tools. And I'm going to drop that same prompt in here as well. 2x3 is standard vertical book cover style, and tell it to run. So let's see what ChatGPT has come up with. The AI Leap, 5 steps to unlock sales and scale with BillBiz.ai. Got a guy standing on the top of the world. So here's what's really interesting about this. AI, generally speaking, sucks at putting text in on top of an image. What I used to tell my students is generate the image first and then layer on the text on top of it afterwards. And you'll be less frustrated. It's just the nature of AI that it doesn't always give a good result when you ask it to put a lot of text. If it's a little bit of text, it can usually do it. It's almost like it gets distracted and forgets how to spell words when you ask it for a lot. But this last version of the image generator, now that they've moved on to a new generator, and it's actually been doing a very good job. And so that's DAL-E. Here's ideogram. Let's see what it's got. So it gave me four different versions of it. You can see it did very well until right here. It got a little lost in the words. And like I said, this is pretty typical for an AI tool. Let's see this one. Oh, this one is, again, almost perfect, but it's got a few errors down here and a few errors here. But you can still see its effort is pretty decent. Now, if you have Canva, there's a tool in there called Magic Grab Text. And you can take this image, feed it into Canva, and use Magic Grab Text, and it'll take the text right out of the image, and you can go in and correct the errors in the text. Okay, so Canva is a great tool for that as well. All right, let's see what BuildBiz did. The AI leap. So again, almost there, but you can see the guy on top of the world. This actually is a very nice cover. All I would do is go in and fix the text on it using, like I said, Canva and Magic Grab. I like this one. This is a nice image as well. So again, you can have it, by the way, do the exact same image. And just here you see it says add a subtitle and all of this. Just take that out and tell it to regenerate the image, and it'll create the image perfectly. You know, that's just the nature of the tool. It'll do a fantastic job on the image itself, and then you can always add the text on top of it. In the AI editor, you can go in and edit anything, and you can add the text right on top of your image. So this tool right here, annotate, choose text, go in, pick a size for the text, a font for the text. And so you could do this after you have created the image, in other words. So that's how I would do it personally, so I don't have to make any corrections. So just take the text out and put the text on later on. All righty. I'll pause here, see if there's any question. Can you please provide the prompts and share the ChatGPT session with us? I can possibly do both. Yes, I can say I can do both because, as you know, well, it may not share anymore because I created an image. Let's see if they fix that. Well, it's not a fix. They purposely would not allow you to share a session as soon as you created text in it. It says it's doing it. I think we're got it. Let's drop it in here, see if we can get to it. All right. So there's the ChatGPT session, so you can grab the prompts. Oh, yep, let's keep moving on the presentation. We're rocking and rolling. And so where are we? 741. Yeah, we're doing pretty well. So let's go back into the Build Biz. We got the prompt there, so we're doing very well. Oh, and by the way, one of the things you notice that the titles are a little vague. So if you want to create a more marketing friendly title, you can go back here and do something like create for me five more titles in the style of Dan Kennedy. Grab it here. Let's see if we get it this time. So you can pick anybody, right? Dan Kennedy is one. There's a lot of different famous marketing experts on the internet. You can pick anyone that works for you. The AI tools, as long as they're famous enough to maybe have produced a book of three, you can get them to give you the styles, right? How to turn AI into a 24 by 7 sales machine, even if you're not. These headlines, if you will, marketing headlines are better than the generic ones because Dan Kennedy's style is more grab your attention than the other. So you can play around with it, invite any expert to the table, and that's what I always suggest for my students and for anybody who is working with these types of tools is just go ahead and bring in that expert that you want to have in there. When you're working with AI, if it doesn't work, just step away from it for a second, give it a couple of minutes, and then come back at it. It'll eventually get it to where you want to go. So here's five within the platform Biz.ai. Profits on autopilot, unlock business brilliance with AI, the ultimate conversion machine, turning browsers into buyers with AI magic. Good titles. Again, Dan Kennedy, same prompt in two different platforms, you get good results. Okay. When I write a book and I want to sell it, how do we do that and not get into any legal trouble? I'm not quite sure what you mean by legal trouble. Generally speaking, if you want to, you can put somewhere in the foreword or the end of the book sources. You can put, hey, I wrote this book with the help of and use of AI, right? Obviously, my books are all about AI. So if anybody's astounded that I used AI to write my book on AI, they're just an idiot. So feel free to sue me. I don't think they're going to do well in court. But but where you get into trouble with any tool, right, is if you're specifically using copywritten material. And so if you're creating something from scratch in the style of, trust me, the court system is nowhere near caught up with AI and technology to come after you about in the style of. And actually, if you try to use AI to copy something that's copywritten, it will tell you, I'm not going to do that. It just won't do it. Same thing with the exception, I think, of Grok. I think Grok will do it, but all the other AI tools will not do it. And generally speaking, it's like when you try to load something onto YouTube, the AI will prevent you from using copywritten materials. So AI is out there working with you, fighting fraud, fighting copywritten, protecting copywritten material. So AI is everywhere. So use it, use it, use it. Don't be afraid of it. Okay? This is America. If I don't like the way you just asked me that question, I could find your name, JC, find your real name, and sue you. This is America. You can sue anybody on anything. So if you never work or do any work because you're worried about being sued, you will never accomplish anything because this is just America. You can get sued on anything. It doesn't matter. So what you want to do is be smart, protect yourself, and just do your job. If you're working for somebody or if you have a business, just run your business. You cannot be afraid of being sued. You can get insurance. You can, if it's a business, get an LLC so you're protected. In the platform, we have the lunch and learns, we have the sales coach, we have support, the books. We have Ask the Experts. These are the people who can help you on just about any subject. Ramona, I created these AI personalities off of real people. They trained up the AI tool so they can answer questions as a business coach and speaker. I'm there, of course, to answer sales and marketing. Joel is there for AI training. It Girl is there for branding. We have business formation tools, the big dream generator. Everybody should start with this. It basically has 13 questions that you answer. When you're done, you have this document here we call the business brief. It is basically all of your ideas on paper, but it is laid out in a manner that can train an AI in a few minutes about your business. What's your industry? What's your target audience? Your core problem you're solving? The transformation your customers are going to have? What's your real unique selling point? What's your big dream idea? The three things that you're going to solve. So these are just good business sense types of questions and answers. You take all of these, including, it gives you some potential names. It tries to help you. You can take copy paste this, for example, and drop it into any of the other AI tools, and now it knows about you. Please, if you have a business and you already have a domain name or a URL and you haven't done it before, go ahead and drop it in the chat, and I will show you some fun magic things that we can do with AI. We'll create an AI video for you in a couple of minutes. So if you have a domain name or URL, go ahead and drop it into the chat for me. If you don't have one, you can add your domain to the platform. If you do have one, get the business email, you can get the business phone number. We have content creation tools, two different image tools, the AI video tool I'm about to go to demo the fun things here. We'll take Lynette's URL. We'll drop it in here. So we got to get the HTTPS. It's very particular. And so we can take this domain. Let me just test first here. I like to test it here, make sure that I can get to it. And then if I can get to it, then the AI can get to it. All right, so the AI is going to take a look. And by the way, it only looks at the first page that you point it to. If you wanted to do other pages, you have to actually put those pages in there. Now, the other thing is AI does not actually look at your pictures and all that stuff. It only looks at the content from a text point of view, the metadata, schema. That's how AI looks at your website page. If you want to add any more pages, you just copy paste them in all at one document if you want to. Okay. So let's go ahead and have some fun with this. Let's go ahead and drop it into the AI tool. This one is called AI video, and you can say if it's sales video, hype video. Is it English? We have a ton of languages you can put in there. You can add your logo. You can pick a voice for the AI.
Welcome to our AI-powered platform.
That's our friend Adam. He's everywhere on the internet. I'll use Sarah, and you can upload your own music. I'll pick ambient because it's simple. It doesn't get in the way. You can pick a color. So for example, this uses this kind of a darker color here. We'll use that, something similar. But again, you can use any color you want for the words, the transcript, right? So yeah, this is actually, oops, that's a little too dark. I don't know. It's close enough. All right, and you can pick the font. How many slides? 6 slides of 30 seconds. And you can say portrait or landscape. And we can go ahead and get started. By the way, this particular tool uses credits. So some of the tools that use credits are this AI video one, an AI movie one, this super agent one. There's probably 6 or so that use credits. And this is the way that we keep the price of the platform at $19.95. I mentioned earlier that this is built on Deal.ai, which is a platform that's been around for quite a while. There's lots and lots of users on it. So it's based on it. And you can build on this platform, and I'll show you how to do that yourself in just a second. But if you sign up directly with them, there's no free trial. And more importantly, to do it, it's $69 a month. So why did I create BuildBiz? It just gives you a way to get into it a lot less expensive. Same exact platform, by the way. So you can start a free trial, a 7-day free trial. You can sign up for $19.95 a month. You get all the same apps, plus all the custom apps that I've created. This entire website was created within the platform. There's an AI website generator in the platform. You can build your own sales funnels, your own websites, all kinds of fun things within the platform. When you land in the platform, this video here is an overview video, great video. And then I have individual ones like the replay of the AI in 1 hour. This new one will be up there tomorrow. And lots of videos on how to use the apps, plus all the other training ones I have in there. Content creation, we're creating an AI logo maker, website hero maker, better blogs, motion ad, which is like ads with special effects, voiceovers, file storage. You get 5 terabytes of file storage. An audiobook creator, you can create AI movies. I was working on this one for a customer today. Here's one. Students created one, a gorilla playing a guitar in front of a waterfall. I thought that one was hilarious. And then the other one was Super Baby. So you can create AI movies from a prompt. I mentioned the website generator. Everything was created with this AEO website creator here. Sales and marketing, you can drop your business brief into sales and marketing hooks. I mentioned that Dan Kennedy style. So this is paparazzi accessories. This is the paragraph we dropped in there. And then it automatically created these sales hooks, which tell you are they clickable, meaning people are likely to use it. Likable, available, meaning people understand it. You can change the style from positive to negative. So that's the marketing hooks you can generate from that same business brief, one document. You can drop it in there. The business bonus idea generator, the benefit stack builder, objection crushing FAQs. If you have a website, you want FAQ section to answer all the questions. It has a starter CRM where you can put in your contacts and build lists, do automated sales, email marketing. All right, if your website, by the way, if your website is, and I'm going to just do a control A here, if your website is CMS or WordPress, what you do is just do old school copy paste, right? And then I would take that instead of dropping it right into the chat. I would go here to the AI sales coach and create a new chat. Say, hey, something like, here is the info on my business. Create a 90-second video promoting my company. And then give it the information. And by the way, I would personally always start with a business brief because it's more accurate. For example, your address should not ever be in your video. Phone number, maybe, but not your address. That's just silly. Wasting the AI to read your address to somebody. That's just silly. Now, you could say something like, if you have a local business and you want people to come to you, I'm in the Snellville area or whatever. So you want to put that into the script, but not your actual address, have it read your actual address. That's why you want to work from the business brief, not just from the copy paste from your website. So now it's creating an actual script instead of just random data and information. And that's what we kind of want to use for your AI video. Anyway, so we've got the site, we've got the information highlighted, static, and we are going to change the color to green to kind of match the website. And wow, it's a neon green. All right, don't mind me, just being picky. Landscape 6, and so we're good there, and we will tell it to run and give it a try. All right, good enough. Run. Let's go back and see what the other one did. All right, so now we have our script. Okay, see how it has visit or call. I would take out this whole visit part, but it's fine. It doesn't really matter. It's good enough. I like the images it create, some of the images. Let me go to one of my other tools here so I can use their AI video creator. We're going to, instead of using the URL, we're going to use and drop text in here. So this is the script that the other AI tool created. So English, photorealism, let's get a voice here. And this will be the last one that I do, ambient, and we'll run it. I think it was the dark color here we were okay with, and landscape, and we will get this one running. And it uses 50 credits for each video generation, by the way. Somebody asked me about that before, and 1,000 credits is $6.99. So again, not a lot. You can create a lot of videos for $6.99. All right, so let's go ahead and run that one and tell it to go. Okay, let's run. All right, so that one is running. Let's go back here. This one I think is done. Let's see.
Discover Tatu Mfalme Management Inc., your trusted consulting partner in Atlanta for over 20 years. We specialize in enhancing operational efficiency for small businesses and new entrepreneurs. Our tailored services include business setup operations, manual development, and virtual assistant selection. Our clients rave about our expertise and dedication, citing significant improvements in their operations. Let us help unlock your unique strengths and turn challenges into opportunities for growth. Contact Tatu M. Pharma Management Inc. today and take the first step towards transforming your business.
So I like the fact that it recognized we're in Atlanta, but it did create too many images of the same type. So we could grab this image and download it, or we could regenerate it. So we can download it so we can do something and edit it, or we could regenerate and have it try again. But by the way, that's one of the things that I want to say is you as the human can direct everything about it. So this last one here is relatively a useless image. I wouldn't even use that one. I would grab something off the website or do something in hyperrealistic. Hyperrealistic is the tool that I was playing with earlier, right? So once you have this text, right, that you're using in the video, you can grab that same text and put it into another tool. So for example, we have all this information here. Let's see, is this the one? The info, nice. I care, is it I care, was it I care Technology Geeks? Sorry, I've got too many. Yep, it's the right one. Okay, so we have I Care Technology Geeks. Let's start right here. So let's grab this information and take it to one of the other tools. So for example, I can create under content creation, I can go here, I can click on create image IDs, which is that tab right there, and then give it the data from your business brief or scrape up the website, copy paste off the website, and tell it to give me image ideas. I can also go here and edit any of these images that it has given me, and I can change the text. If I type anything in here, it will essentially read whatever I type. There's a couple of different ways you could approach this. If the name is being pronounced correctly, leave it alone. If it's not being pronounced correctly, then you may want to take a slightly different tactic of having the name displayed, but not read by the AI, right? So you can have the name over the image so that people see the name, but don't have the AI try to read the name. So that's one easy way to get around that issue if it's not pronouncing it correctly. And then the other part is, let's go here and see what image ideas it gave us. IT solution, a team of IT professionals being around a table pointing to a laptop screen with a graph. Okay, so it's giving me an idea that I can use, and I can drop that idea into here and just tell it to go. Again, I didn't specify what the IT professionals look like, so I probably put something like diverse, Latino, Black, tell it specifically what you're looking for, but we'll let it run just to see what it comes up with. On the new AI apps, we have the ability under conversational images. You can click here, you can upload an image that, like for instance, I downloaded like 3 or 4 of them. So, this one here, I could put that here and then change to a Black female. All right? So this tool here called conversational image allows you to create what's called consistent images, or you can make changes to images that you've already created. So it's conversational. You can speak to it and tell it what you want it to do. So I want to change this from a Black guy to a Black female. Let's see if it'll do that. So here's that first image. So it's just hands all pointing at a screen. Pretty boring, actually. A series of digital clocks and shields surrounding a network symbolizing robust cybersecurity. Sure, I've seen hundreds of those photos. And by the way, because you're creating this, you can iterate, you can tell it which ones you like, which ones you don't like. You want to train it on things that it's doing a good job on. So like, for instance, here's a nice speaking one, here's a nice one there. But you can use the prompt, you can see the prompt that you used, right? And you can reuse it, change the colors, things like that. So you can iterate as many times as you want to iterate with the tool. So again, like I said, I've seen this image all over the internet, right? And so you can just keep going and get ideas or put your own idea in and it'll generate around that for you. So let's see. So we have the man, okay? And then now it's created a female. And the eyes are a little weird, but it's going in the right direction. All right. So it replaced the guy with the girl. And that's what we wanted. We just wanted a different image for it. But I personally, I would use the content creator in hyper realistic and tell it what you want. I want a black female sitting at a desk. Hopefully, I've kind of shown you a little bit about some of the tools in here, and we have 90 plus tools. You can make money in the platform very easily. Right down here, there's there's 4 ways to make money in the platform. As soon as you sign up, you can use the link here and it'll create for you this affiliate link. You get 50% of anything that anybody signs up for. Or you can white label the entire platform, change all of the colors, change all of the logos, everything. And so make it completely your own. So BuildBiz is the platform, $19.95 a month. It helps you build lead generation tools, sales funnels, marketing, powerful content. You can join by just going to buildbiz.ai. I'll put the link in the chat. And can you upload photos? Yes. You can also upload videos as long as they're smaller than 20 megabytes. So you can have B-roll videos running in the background. So please go ahead and join free trial and just play around with the system. There's lots of videos teaching you how to use it. You can cancel anytime. Please go ahead and test out the platform. If you want us to do things for you, we can help you build websites. We can help you build chatbots that you can put on your site to answer questions 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, answer questions, lead generation. We can help you create marketing campaigns. Just let us know. We're here for you. We've got VAs that can help you get this set up. And as I said, these are some of the tools that we provide for you. Just reach out to me. Let's see where we are. Oh, that's a nicer. This one is much better, it's much cleaner, much more realistic. So I would use this one again as a successful entrepreneur protecting their business from fraud, right? So I would basically use these types of tools. All right, so let's go back to our AI video, see where we are. We were creating videos. So this one is the one we were working on. So we have the IT guy there, another one there. So we specialize in enhancing of small business and entrepreneurs. So let's upload a new image. Where did she go? There she is. All right, let's open up that one. There you go. Much better image. And so, you got the operating virtual assistant selection, right? So you can go in here and grab something AI generated. I like the idea of this. Let's go, like it's mentioning bots in general. So we can go here and grab some bots from my stuff. Where can I get one that is useful for this particular case? Agent bots. There you go. So we can drop some agent bots in there, set up our virtual assistant selection. Anyway, something a little more dramatic. And so we have more there. We got a helpful white guy there. He's happy. And then you can drop in something from the website. For example, do we have an image we can grab off the site? Ooh, that's a nice one. I like that. We could use that one, I think. All right, let's grab that one. She looks like she is a professional making it happen. All right. And so capabilities, what do we got under here? Oh, I've seen that image. That's a stock image. And this one's good too. We can grab this one, another stock image. Grab that. By the way, I build a lot of websites, so I know I can almost tell you when I see a stock image very easily. Okay, that's good enough. We can still finish the video with what we got, but we definitely got to get rid of this guy. This is the horrible image. Let's see, downloads. So, wow, we got all kinds of weird images popping in here. They're numeric. I guess I could drop it into, oh, never mind. Sorry, I was screenshotting those. All right, let's see, what do I got? That one's good. And that one is great. That should be the last shot, I think. So, yeah, that is the last shot. Okay, good. We'll use that for the last shot. Perfect. I like that. And then we'll get rid of this one. The unique strengths, because that image there just sucked. All right. And so now we've got something that we can use. It's a little corny and it's not what I would generate for a final customer one. And like it'll tell you how much it's going to cost. And so we've got enough to go ahead and build it out and just tell it to generate. All right. We'll get that one. Any questions before we wrap this wonderful evening up? I mentioned Gamma. You can get to Gamma directly from here. So I use Gamma all the time to create presentations. I use the AI to help me generate all of the ideas. I'll tell it what kind of presentation I want. It'll help me create it. I can have it go out and research things off the internet and bring it back to me, put it into AI Sales Coach, tell it to help me write my presentation on this topic, get all of that content into a format, and then just click on Gamma and tell it to go. Do I do classes and workshops? Yes. So we do both individual training and group training. The individual training is I try to do it within the platform, but as far as classes, yes, absolutely. We offer several different flavors of classes. So just use my calendar link and reach out to me on conversation regarding what kind of training you'd like. If it's local, I can come to you, or we can do it virtually, of course, anywhere in the world. I'll put my email address in there as well. I gave you my calendar, so reach out and just give me the details of what kind of training you're looking for, and we'll happily do it. It wasn't so much training as speaking, but yeah, I do speaking engagements, I do training, I do classwork. It's fun. We have certifications under 1000X. So if you have a group that wants to get certified in AI, we offer 1 day, 2 day trainings sessions, and we can spread that out over a month if you want to break it into, instead of a full day, we can break it into hourly, 2 hour blocks or whatever for training. So we can do that. We're very, very flexible on it. All right, let's see what we've got in an AI video that we've
Discover Tattoo Mfalmi Management Inc., your trusted consulting partner in Atlanta for over 20 years. We specialize in enhancing operational efficiency for small businesses and new entrepreneurs. Our tailored services include business setup operations, manual development, and virtual assistant selection. Our clients rave about our expertise and dedication, citing significant improvements in their operations. Let us help unlock your unique strengths and turn challenges into opportunities for growth. Contact Tattoo Mfalmi Management Inc. today and take the first step towards transforming your business.
So this one is good. So we're going to download that one. All right, so we did get that one. So this one we never did. Sorry about that. Grab Control C, grab that, come back here and check it out. Let's see if I just grab it all. Content creation, hyper realistic, create videos, text, boom. All right, cool. We've got that there. We'll just take all this stuff out here. We don't need any of that. Oh, so that is the one we did. I'm sorry. It's been a long day for me. I've been doing this. Yes, thank you. That is the one I just did. I've been doing this since 8:30 this morning, so it's been a long day for me. Been doing back-to-backs. So anyway, send me an email or set up a time with me if you want me to do one for your business. Okay. All right. So let me just grab the video from here. I believe I did download it. That's this one here.
Discover Tattoo Mfalmi Management Inc., your trusted consulting partner in Atlanta for over 20 years. We specialize in enhancing.
Everybody, I want you to have a fantastic evening. Go sign up for the platform. It's $20 a month if you stay. If not, you got a 7-day free trial. Please feel free to let all your friends know. Once you sign up, you can grab the affiliate link, and anybody who does sign up under your link, you get 50%. And as I said, you can completely white label the entire platform yourself. It's $27 a month. So the total will be $46.95, but you make all the money, or I should say 50% of the money, depending on how you set it up within the platform. But you can, if you do your own white label, you make all of the money. You can charge $29, $39. You charge whatever you want. That goes to you minus the cost of setting up the user. Each user is $9. So the rest of it is all yours. You can use it to do outbound marketing for anybody who wants to use your services. So you create your own AI agency and do your own thing, similar to what we do, build websites. I didn't even get into the website creation tool, but there's videos in there. Just go in and watch the videos on how to create a website with the tool. It's super easy. This was a lot of fun as usual. And so you have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you again. If you're in the platform, you can register for the BillBiz.ai tomorrow at 1 p.m. We're going to do sales and marketing for that training. So 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central is March training, lunch and learn. All right? Bye-bye, everybody.